Wahoops, an informative and independent Instagram handle centered around UVA sports, was founded in 2016 by a UVA student. Since then, the account has grown to about 40,000 followers and is currently managed by a team of over 20 UVA students. One of these students, Malik Thomas, a rising third year, has the responsibility of overseeing all of the account's workers and their respective content, a privilege handed off by the account founder himself. Let's take a dive into his responsibilities as a liaison between the Wahoops team and the most passionate UVA sports fans. Can you briefly describe your role as the head of account management at Wahoops?
Wahoops as a team helps cover UVA sports year round, and my role as the head is taking sort of a step back and like managing the team that manages the sports, both like long and short term goals, projects, making sure like the flow of content is going well.
Could you walk me through like how you coordinate and like manage a team of over like 20 students? Like, is it difficult at times?
Yeah, it's difficult. On a daily basis, I try to manage it by reaching out early, talking to people, saying if person A gets this sport, can person B get the other sport, sort of like budging people to volunteer for things. But in the long term, I work to coordinate things by speaking with Gray, who's the owner of the account, my friends, like my close friends who happen to work for Wahoops, see their input.
How do you strategize content creation and posting schedules for such a diverse range of university sports?
In general, the account is generalist. We try to cover every UVA sport, but we also should be cognizant of like who our followers are and what where the interest lies. We want to cover every sport and do in some capacity. We emphasize big sports, the most popular sports like basketball and football, more than others. The most content we see on Twitter will be often the content we're posting the most, so you have to make the extra effort to give love to the less popular sport.
Can you share an example of a successful social media campaign or improvement during your time at Wahoops, and like what made it like successful?
Well, when I joined as just an account manager and then later as head of account management, there was like not much continuity between weeks and days and months. So you could get a player of the game, but they might forget about it, or it's hard to like keep track if you miss a day, what's been going on. So something that I'm proud of and I think has been a really nice advancement is player of the week. Often it's from underrepresented sports, but in general, an athlete that we haven't spoken about during the week, it shines light on it, gives the athlete a little spotlight. And so that's a really good way to like let our followers know what's been going on if they haven't been keeping up.
What advice would you give to someone like looking to pursue a career in social media management for sports organizations or universities?
I would suggest firstly to sort of do the job before you have the job. So pretend as if you have the job, consume material, brainstorm what you think is good that's being shared, what you think people would like that isn't being shared. And especially when you're in like lower positions when you don't have as much freedom per se, I would try to be a sponge and like think of when the person you're working under does something good, keep track of that. Something you think they don't do so well, also keep track of that, because when you're in a role of freedom and responsibility, it shouldn't be like you're in the cold. You should have a lot of experience, like knowing what you want to be as a manager.
Because Wahoops has seen such a growth in its lifetime, it is imperative that the one behind its wheel is attentive to both the content being released and the feedback and interactions that the content receives. It is clear that Malik checks these boxes and is willing to go the extra mile to boost team morale and improve quality of content. He epitomizes the idea that Wahoops is founded on the principle of content made by the people for the people. I'm Jacob Higgins, WUVA.